again, it's on.
Poof. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in limbo in the moment. Yes, this is Opinion Nation. Welcome back. There's Elliot Young and Kenny Mickens, Comedy Superstar. We're waiting for our regular fourth to join in. Now, I don't know how we should conduct this. Should we put a ticker kind of right here and just wait for a fool? And should we call the show Wait for a Fool? I'm just saying.
Nothing waits for nobody.
You know,
the world
today,
waits for nobody.
I'm sorry, Kenny, go ahead. What'd you say?
The world waits for nobody.
You see, I mean, today's show, title of the show is Sovereign Citizenship. And clearly Hassan is sovereign from Opinionation. Clearly. Clearly he has his own state of mind. Listen, let me go ahead and read the definition real quick while we're still waiting for our brother. Real quickly, it's up on my screen. I won't even bother trying to bring it up to show y'all. Y'all can check it out. Just Google it. The definition for sovereign: a supreme ruler, especially a monarch. Oh, that's interesting. The definition for sovereignty is supreme power or authority. The authority of a state to govern itself or another state. Wait. Sovereignty, let's say that clearly so that we can talk later. The authority of a state to govern itself or another state. So if you have sovereignty, you can govern some other state. That gets into, I think Elliot has sovereignty. Okay. And sovereign citizen, lastly. A member, this is where it gets weird because it takes like a little bit of a turn. Sovereign citizen, a member of a political movement of people who oppose taxation, question the legitimacy of government, and believe that they are not subject to the law. Well, that's interesting because you just told me that sovereignty means an authority of a state to govern itself or another state. But then you get mad at the citizen for that kind of having that same spin back? No? Okay. Kenny. First of all, Kenny, are you sovereign?
No. I will not say I'm a sovereign. Are you asking, am I a sovereign citizen or am I sovereign?
Well, see?
Because by definition,
hey,
I have the ability to govern, but I'm not in charge of.
Kenny, I'm sorry. Hold on one second. We have a special guest chiming in right now. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a gentleman you have never met before, but we'd like to welcome him to the Opinionation platform along with our regulars, Elliot Young and Kendo Mickens. Ladies and gentlemen, Hassan TTT. That's not true. Fuck Boy McCullough. Ladies and gentlemen, right here.
That's not a good introduction.
What you mean?
Honest, okay.
What you
not a fuck.
Okay, are you sovereign, my nigga? Are you sovereign from this podcast? Because I thought you were like one of the co-hosts. I thought you were with us as a nation. You know, it is called Opinion Nation, Elliot. Elliot had some words about you not being here and being, because Elliot don't play that. You know that.
Yes. Elliot don't play. Where's Elliot? Elliot, where you at, man?
I'm right here.
Where you at, man?
He's sovereign and blind, Kenny.
I'm in Memphis.
Oh no, he's at Memphis right now. Mm-hmm. I didn't see him, man. Dang.
Well, how you doing? Let's start the show. Oh, you just came from running. Well, hey, man, great to have you. You know, great to. We do start at a particular time typically, but hey,
my bad.
Chime in whenever you feel like.
My bad.
All right, no, okay. We got the chastising out the way. Hey, brother Hassan.
Yes,
you were asking Kenny if he was sovereign. Now, Hassan, just for shits and giggles, let me just let you know that sovereign, the definition of sovereign is a supreme ruler, especially a monarch. The definition of sovereignty is supreme power or authority, the authority of a state to govern itself or another state, which is something else. We'll get into that later. And then it takes a weird turn on the vibe that you kind of brought to us.
We are a state, though. When they talk about the state, they talk about people. What?
Well, okay. Well, hold on. The term that you brought to us, which is sovereign citizen, They don't like that the same. They say that's a member of a political movement of people who oppose taxation, question the legitimacy of government, and believe that they are not subject to the law. It seems like it takes a turn when they talk about the citizen versus the the state situation. Okay, so now that you're up to speed and you're here with us, and I've asked Elliot not to execute you after this. Kenny,
my brother,
can we go back to civility and you kind of chime in on whether or not you're sovereign? Are you sovereign, which is a supreme ruler, especially a monarch?
By definition, no, I'm not.
You're not a supreme ruler?
When you saying you're a supreme ruler, that means you rule over a lot of things and you rule over all. So by definition, no, I'm not a sovereign. I'm not a sovereign.
Okay, well, let's go down the line because let's hit it. Do you have sovereignty? Meaning, do you have the authority of a state to govern itself or another state? Meaning, hey, you told us the other week that you can live wherever you want to live. That sounds like sovereignty to me.
You can live where you want to live with a caveat.
Is that like a cavity? What is that?
Caveat.
Okay, what is that? Caviar? What is that?
Well, it's not as highlighted as caviar.
Okay.
The thing is, you have the ability
of salt cured roe of the family Acipensuridae.
The aliens,
a delicacy and is eaten as a garnish or spread.
The aliens chose to interrupt and tell you what caviar is. We are in another space and time. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Hey, man, listen. You have to have the backing or you said, the authority to make that happen. If you don't have the authority or the backing, as in the force, no, you don't have that sovereignty. You don't have that ability to make that happen.
Well, lastly, are you a sovereign citizen?
No.
Are you a member of a political movement that opposes taxes? Do you like taxes?
No one likes taxes, but there is taxes, and no, I haven't refused to pay them.
Okay. Elliot, the Machiavelli. Elliot Machiavelli Young. Okay, Tupac resurrected, y'all. Stop playing. Elliot ain't playing with you, so I promise. Yeah, Elliot. What's up, man? Talk to me about the term sovereign, a supreme ruler. Are you a supreme ruler, Manigas?
I'm riding that train with Kenny. I would have to really educate myself more on that subject matter, but just from the introduction of the conversation, I would have to follow that same train with Kenny.
Well, but Elliot, listen, you've given us a few strong concepts in the past few weeks that I appreciate, bro. Like, listen, we are opinionation. We are not a monolith. A lot of folks in this planet like to think melanated men are the same across the board. You're idiots. Okay, so we got diverse elite men, thinkers, high spiritual folk up on this panel. And Elliot, you have admitted to us that, look, the strong survive. You understand me? Survival of the fittest. But Elliot, I must challenge you. I told Kenny, I was like, Kenny, I got to talk to Elliot about that this week. Because, Elliot, that's like uncivil like a motherfucker. Like Elliot, that means you would go around and just snatch a motherfucker's crib. Like you would just, that means, Elliot, you got to worry about walking down the street because somebody will bonk you on the head and take your house.
Mm-hmm.
That's life, and that's life.
Gangster. I like him. Like he's not backing away from it, Kenny. He's saying, yeah. I will bonk you on your head and you might bonk me on mine.
You all grew up in Philly.
Wow, Kenny. You throwing it back on us, Kenny.
I mean, think about it. You're a product of your environment. What you see is what you know, so that's not saying you that's how you live your life, but that's what life is. That's life lessons. That's some people have experienced, and it's part of the life you have lived, and is indoctrinated in your survival skills.
Gangster. Kenny, can we be mad?
Of course you can. How did a man think?
I mean, but look, I mean, but he's standing on bunker niggas in the head, bro. He's standing on supremacy.
The Bible tells you,
that's not the way I roll.
as a man thinketh.
So is he. Yeah, and then, but Elliot just said, that's not the way I roll. Stop playing, Elliot. Now you playing games.
That's the way I roll. It's just, that's the way it's rolled.
That's the way it's rolled.
So you
Supreme the Resurrector.
Better be aware of what's
What's up, homie? How are you?
What's going on, man? I'm good.
Listen here.
I just walked in the door. Get my life together.
No, don't even worry about it, man. We're just glad you're here. Look, real quick, just so you know, bring you up to speed. We're talking about sovereign citizenship today. Let me just give you a quick definition, Primo, so that you're not in the dark. Sovereign means a supreme ruler. If you're sovereign, you're supreme. Right. You ain't worried about nobody. That kind of feels like what Elliot is. You're sovereign. Elliot feels sovereign, even though I think he's going to tell us he's a United States citizen. Elliot seems rather sovereign. Just so you know, Primo, sovereignty, right? Put the T on the end. That's the authority of a state to govern itself or another state, which is, that's kind of an Elliot thing too. Because no, that's more of a Kenny thing. Because that's like you can live wherever you want to live. Kenny has sovereignty. Elliot is sovereign. And last but not least, the sovereign citizen. It doesn't seem to like the sovereign citizen much, Primo. The sovereign citizen is a member of a political movement of people who oppose taxation, question the legitimacy of government, and believe that they are not subject to the law. Now, I may personally know some people like that. I'm not going to mention, but Supreme, that's what we're talking about today. Let me just ask you real quick. Also, Hassan was extremely tardy. Like he's on punishment. Like Hassan is on a certain type of man punishment. You know how we got man code? He done broke all kinds of codes.
All him is.
So hey, bro, you on mute? You was on mute? You was on mute aside? Mute is nice. Yeah, you can go right back on mute right there. Eating your watermelon, doing shadow work, eating watermelon. Go ahead and put that thing right back on mute. We'll be back with you. So, Preem.
Yo.
Are you sovereign, bro?
Yeah, I think I'm sovereign. I don't agree with the people ruling themselves. I don't know. I think you gotta have some type of.
You said you are sovereign or not?
I think I am.
You are.
Yeah.
You are a supreme ruler.
Of me, yeah.
I mean, I can't dispute that. Like, okay, that sounds like knowledge itself.
Okay, yeah, I think I walk to my own drums.
I got more, and I'm gonna tell you, I got some news for y'all today that I don't know that all of us are quite aware of. I wasn't aware of this fact until like yesterday. So I got something. I'm gonna bring this up really soon, but set it up. Hassan McCullough, TTT, Watermelon Man. Can we see that watermelon? Do you have a watermelon right there at hand? Bars? Bong. So what, you gonna eat watermelon on international TV? That's what you're doing in the name of Kenny Mickens? You gonna Kenny Mickens? Kendo Mickens is on this panel, and you gonna sit up here like a straight nigger and eat what? Do you have a piece of chicken nearby? Is there any chicken nearby? And maybe some Coke or Sprite?
Red Kool-Aid.
Sorry.
What am
I don't buy into that stereotype.
What am I doing? Yo, he up.
Red Kool-Aid. You
see this guy, this melanated man up here eating watermelon in front of good white folks.
Nobody, white people looking at this.
White woman, there's a good white woman right here. You gonna eat that right in front of this white woman smoking her blunt?
You guys don't understand that watermelon is what hydrates you. Especially if you have melanin, it is actually your God's source of energy is watermelon. More than anything. Kenny? You should have watermelon.
Kenny, he don't even give a damn about how you feel. Kenny, I think Kenny is just disgusted.
So they were shaming you about the watermelon because that is actually your superpower.
Wow.
Bong bong.
Kenny, he hit you with the double bong, Kenny. Kenny, do you agree with this madness? How you feeling?
Psychological welfare.
He said psychological welfare. Okay.
Well, we ain't gonna get too off on that, Dom. We ain't gonna get too off
warfare.
Okay, Kenny. So
Kenny
Kenny is like over you, bro.
Because we can. I mean, that's a whole. I mean,
bro, he got the rind in his face, Kenny. He's literally doing like the 1940s characters, the cartoon. Like he's got the rind in his face. He's doing buckwheat.
I agree with him. Watermelon is delicious.
Divine, succulent, and divine, like they say on the Wiz.
On the Wiz,
delicious and nutritious.
Oh, my nigga says succulent and
went to the pros on the Wiz. See, you sidetracking, Dom.
Yo,
I need a signed definition of sovereignty.
This niggas sidetracked us.
Okay.
I'm sick of it. This man, like, it needs to stop, bro. Kenny, don't.
All right,
we will derail this whole topic.
Let's get down to the nitty gritty.
All right, you see, hey, look, Elliot's sitting up there like, I don't know if I'm coming back. This is some okay. Primo's used to the match. Primo's was like, oh, what are we doing right now? Okay, cool. Oh, that's what we do. Praying. They don't sovereign citizens. They say that the sovereign citizen is a member of a political movement of people that oppose taxation and legitimacy of government. Like now, government means mind control. If you know compound words from the third grade, to govern, control,
to government
of mental.
Yeah.
This is third grade shit. Government literally means mind control. So if you don't like mind control, are you a sovereign citizen because you don't like to be mind controlled?
I think it's not like it. I mean, even though we live in it, we ain't gotta like it. I don't like it. I don't think it's the voting and all that. I mean, I do it, but it's crazy.
Okay. Well, Kenny, all right. I'm not gonna get sidetracked, Kenny. Let's get back. Let's get to Elliot because Elliot keeps us straight. He really does. Yo, L.
Yo.
Are you automatically sovereign if you're a native? I'm not going to put no qualifiers on that. If you're a native of the land, are you automatically sovereign?
From definition, it would sound like you are.
So, are melanated men such as you, of Memphis, myself and Kenny, and Supreme of the Philadelphia, and Hassan of the Rose Bowl, Pasadena, are we melanated? Are we indigenous men of this land since we were born here?
Ooh. Yep.
Interesting.
Well, hey, Elliot, I'm playing what you got.
No, that's interesting.
It ain't rhetorical. I'm asking you.
Yeah, by definition, it sounds like yes.
I mean, are we sovereign? I mean, like, so if I'm born here, why do I have to go by any rules if I'm naturally born here? Aren't I sovereign by nature? Aren't like I self law and master? Oh, that's Islam. My bad. But
that's
you know
Islam. No, I'm gonna tell you no.
Uh-oh. And so not only are you tardy, I ain't messing with you.
I'm a butt in right now.
Hey friend. Hey.
Yes.
Are not all punishment. Nigga, turn around and stand up.
Man.
You wildin'. Go in the corner, my nigga. Like you wildin'. You were tardy this week. And you on that BS. You tripping. You eating watermelon in front of the white folks.
You're like, but can we just cut to the nitty gritty and just say, I could tell people why we're not wise by us being born and going to the hospital and getting a social security card made us slaves, and we're not sovereign because we bought into the system.
Like every week, you said a lot, bro. You don't call who calling slave?
I'm in there because not everybody went to this hospital and just getting Social Security card makes you a slave.
Yes, 100%. You bought into the slavery because now the government has control over you as a kid because your mother is actually a caregiver. She's not the guardian. I mean, she's a caregiver.
That becomes your guardian.
The government actually owns you based on you having a social security number because you're part of the stock market.
Oh,
and they trade you in the stock market based on your social security number.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Are you a conspiracy theorist? What are you talking about, bro?
No, not at all.
Did you shoot JFK? What is going on?
No. That is actually the true facts. Once you have a birth certificate, now you're part of the construct of the slaves, of the slavery, of the system. You will be sovereign if you didn't have a birth certificate, or you rescind your birth certificate because people do that because they tell the state that they didn't know their mother signed them into this contract, because under contract law, you're considered their property based on you being born in the hospital and have a social security number and have a birth certificate.
Elliot, does this sound like anything close to the truth, what he's talking about?
I have to study all this. I've heard this over the course of, hell, a decade, but just deep diving to get the understanding, I have yet to make time for that.
Hey, Kenny. Hey, Kenny. No problem. Kenny, I'm a Mac Street. Me and Elliot from Memphis are about to have a problem. And he coming to LA soon. We about to have an issue. Elliot is always running from these questions, bro. I ain't playing with Elliot. What's wrong with Elliot?
It's not running. It's just, in order to speak on something, you have to know about it.
Elliot, I asked about you the other day. I was like, Hassan, what agency of the CIA does Elliot work for exactly? He was like, oh, no, he doesn't work for the CIA. I was like, okay, cool. But I was like, where did you mean? He was like, oh, we ran track together. Oh, I was like, oh, that makes sense. He looks like he's in shit. Okay. So Elliot has done some stuff, Kenny. It ain't like Elliot just popped out of the ether, because Elliot be like, oh, I got to study that a little. I need a little more information. Elliot is a grown-ass man. Like, Elliot done some stuff. He done ran track against people, won, lost. At the very least, he's got track metaphors, no?
So, not to get on Elliot, what I want to know,
he needs to be grafted in. You know how the gang people? We got to intellectually jump Elliot in, man. You got to be kidding me, bro. Think the game around here. He think we passive around here, bro. Let's go.
Now, what I'm wondering,
this is wet. I need to hang this up.
I know you're gonna mute that mic, Tardy. We ain't even gonna call you Hassan no more, Tardy. Go ahead, Kenny. I'm sorry.
So when you rescind your birth certificate, and accept your sovereignty, so you no longer beholden to any of the laws of the state?
Nope. You don't no longer beholden. You still have to abide by the laws, but you don't have to have a driver's license, because you still have to be within your right, within your rights. You have to be within your rights. When you know the laws and stuff, then you know the rights and what you can and can't do. But you can't go and just kill a person just because you're sovereign and stuff.
Well, but see, the words don't have meaning. Because sovereign says I'm a supreme ruler. And then if I have sovereignty, I got the authority of a state to govern and to take yours. That's the definition. Now, if we're going to go by words and meanings, they have this thing called a false flag too. I never knew nothing about it until 2002, kind of after 9/11. And a false flag is a real term in the military, which means a government hits itself and then says somebody else hits it and then goes to war. I never even knew that was a thing until after 9/11. You can look it up, everybody. Dominique didn't make it up. I'm not, false flag. That's wild. Governments do that. But sovereign, if you're sovereign or have sovereignty, it sounds like you can do what you want.
But how can you do that without
an army?
Without strength?
An army?
The thing, you can call it army, you can call it strength, you can call it backing. If the army or if the government decide to come in and say, you need to roll up out of here, and you say, I'm a sovereign citizen,
they can't. They can't just do that. They can't just do that.
What they can't do, they've done it.
They can't do. No, they only do it to people that say they're black and stuff like that, because now you're in the contract. Now you consider yourself a slave by you calling yourself black.
It's nothing to do with black.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. You please don't make a statement on something you do not know. Because don't do that. Don't do that. Now, if I'm trying to explain to you and try to let you know, and that's the facts, that by you calling yourself black, you consider yourself a slave. That's what other people have.
It's nothing to do with white.
Yes, it does, because it's based on status law.
That part is legally factual. Legalese, that is.
Status law. That's status law.
But here's what I'm saying. I can tell you, I'm coming to take your house, your apartment, whatever you live in. But if I don't have the strength to do that, then I don't have the. I can't. I won't be able to.
People
So
don't
if I
do
tell
that.
you I'm a sovereign citizen, and I say, yeah, you sovereign, now put your ass in this car and get them moving over here. If you don't have the strength to say, no, I'm not going to do it, where does your sovereignty? What backs your sovereignty?
That's a great question.
Well, hold on, but now you're saying that the justice system is just big bullies and stuff, and don't abide by
I don't
the
know
laws.
if you've been living in this country a few years, but this justice system has bullied and
they only bully people who's
not
based on the
recognize
status,
your rights.
Man. Who have they done that to that didn't claim themselves based on the color? Just say
they've done that to everyone.
No, they haven't. No, they haven't.
I don't know what bubble you live in.
The fact that there's certain people they don't do that to, man, because they practice the laws.
What are you gonna say, Elliot?
And they know exactly what they can do within the laws and stuff. They don't do that to certain people who don't call themselves a color.
But by now, wouldn't you have a collection of people that claim sovereign and have enough strength to combat the government? So I understand what Kenny's saying. We haven't seen that yet. Where is that yet?
People practice sovereignty all the time.
But what I'm saying on a mass level. So where's
But most people are within the status of the status law. They do claim themselves a color and call themselves black.
In other words,
most people don't know this. Most people don't know this information. Only a small of people know this information. Not everybody knows this information. Everybody's still under trance and still think they're consider themselves a color. That's not really a color, because black and white is really not a color. So if it was, it would be a light black and it'd be a dark black. There'll be a light white.
What I'm gonna ask you,
they're not colors. That's a construct.
That's interesting.
That's a construct right there. By telling you
constructs and color. What I'm asking you is what we've seen. So when you see a government come in and push and take,
who they push and take, and explain who they push and take.
Whoever they want.
No, they don't. They don't do that to people in this.
If the California, if a police officer in the California system comes in to your apartment and says, "Get out of here," or lay it down, what backing do you have when you say, "I'm a sovereign citizen, I don't have to do it"?
They have to do within their rights. They cannot do that. They cannot just come in your house.
So you're asking
based on laws and stuff. They can't come in your house.
You're holding up this imaginary piece of paper.
There's no imaginary piece of paper. There's a lot of people that are sovereign and stuff, and they just can't do that. There's people who go to court, like my homeboy Kevin. He's actually indigenous on his ID. It says an Aboriginal indigenous on this thing. It doesn't say himself black and anything like that.
Hassan, let me ask you something about that. And Primo, I'm coming to you next real quick.
So, hold on. Let me say this first, Dom. So you're relying on the theoretical.
It's not a theory. It's not a theory. He tells me everything. There's other people who actually do the same thing too.
I'm not asking you what he tells you. What I'm saying is, you're asking a people who hasn't necessarily shown any respect for a lot of rights to now say, "Oh, this dude's a sovereign citizen."
Dude, I keep on trying to tell you, by you calling yourself black, everybody, the people that you're talking about,
I'm not talking about
gets treated unfairly. No. Everybody who call themselves black, you're talking about black people getting treated unfairly. Every time they call themselves black, they put themselves in the system of considered a slave. They have no rights. So the police can do whatever they want to you.
What about
by calling yourself that?
What about prior to the construct of black, when we were calling ourselves Negro?
Same thing. Those still don't say who you really are.
They're not nations.
The whole law is
they're not backed by nations. Is what you're saying?
Yes, they're not backed by a nation, a nationality, Mexicans, Chinese, Japanese. Those people are backed by nations, so they can't treat them.
Well, hold on.
There's nations. Those are nations.
So
it's a nationality.
Reparations to those Japanese citizens that they threw in internment camps and things like that.
I think you just
They
walked
backed
into
by
his
nation.
answer, Kenny. I think because Japanese.
Dude, because they have they backed by a nation.
Hold on, but they were
that's
thrown
why calling yourself black puts you out of status.
Hold on, before,
it don't matter. They still gave them reparations. You said why they got to get the reparations.
They got reparations because the government threw them in the prison camps during World War or what was that? World War II, I believe.
World War II.
So, and they're backed by a nation,
World War II.
But they were thrown in. The government with more force threw those people in jail, or basically like locked them up. Like, we don't trust you right now.
Because we were a nation rather than a color, rather than a crayon. I think that's what Hassan is saying.
It's nothing to do with a crayon. It's more to do with, do you have the force?
They did. Kenny, what you said is you said one statement that you said within this, they got reparations. They got money because they are backed by a nation. Yes, some of the atrocities did happen to them, but they got money in return from that. Just like black Jewish people
money
did.
Because somebody decided, yeah, we did this, we were wrong, but they were
we established. What Kenny is saying is accurate based on what actually happened. You know what I'm saying? The fact that the higher, the more powerful force absolutely put them in concentration camps.
Yeah. Same thing they got. Same thing that they got around here right now.
But what you're saying, it sounds like, but what you're saying for the fact that they have a nation behind them, they got the reparations. So
yes.
So both parts are true. It's force. Their force was more powerful.
I want to introduce a bit of information that's maybe you guys know. I just found out in the past 48 hours. Hey, Primo.
Yo.
You heard of 23andMe, right?
No, not at all.
23andMe is a company that you can send your DNA to, like a swab of your mouth or some blood, and they'll quote unquote tell you where you came from. You've heard of this concept, right? DNA, searching your DNA back to your origins. You've heard of that, right? Now, this is a fact. This is a fact. And so, if folks don't like facts, that's on them. You can look this fact up. Did you all know that it was illegal? It is rather illegal to sell over-the-counter DNA tests in Israel.
Wow.
We're going to let that sit right there because if you know anything about anything, we're going to hold on for 5 seconds.
They don't want them to know where they come from.
Oh, that's what you're going to say? Oh, you're going to say, I didn't say that. Primo said that, so y'all can Primo's life down. You can take everything. You can Kyrie Irving Primo. You understand me? I'm done. You're not going to play with Africa. First of all, let me say this. There's no Middle East. Full stop. Where's the Middle West, Kenny? No, don't say nothing. There is no Middle East. You know what the Middle East is, fellas? Melanated people? The Middle East is a throw-off from when we were kids. They didn't want you to know that Egypt was in Africa. They didn't want you to know that Israel is in Africa. They didn't want you to know that. So they make up a new term. It's the Middle East. The Middle East of what, pussy? It's Kamak Street today. If anyone doesn't know what Kamak Street is, Google it. It's in Philadelphia.
It's no upper
part of Philadelphia. Kings walked on Kamak Street in the 80s. So this is what you're getting today, everybody.
So you saying there's no upper east or lower east?
What?
There's no upper east or lower east?
You see the game? Let's make it clear for everyone in the middle and the back. There is no motherfucking Middle East. That's black country. That is melanated country. That is a place called Africa, better known as Kemet and Kush. You're going to stop playing with knowledge. Some of the gods are still here. So when you talk about DNA being illegal to find out who's who at the top of Africa, it's illegal to have a DNA test, Primo, in a place called Israel in Africa. It's illegal for you to know those folks are from Europe. Now you can do what you want. The Dom been dead. You gonna kill me twice? It's a funny thing when you die, Elliot, and come back to life. Huh? You ever died and came back to life, Elliot?
I haven't had that experience.
Yeah, it's real different on the other side, homie. Primo,
Yeah.
are you? What's your DNA, Primo? You from Jersey? Your DNA say you from Jersey?
Africa.
Sick of this shit, man. Like at some point, somebody got to say something, or we all just bitch ass bands, bitch ass niggas. Is that what we are? Are we a band? What do you play? What do you play, Elliot? What do you play, Kenny? I'm in the band.
Well, they say if you test everybody's DNA, everybody gonna come from the motherland. That's where the first person come from.
Oh, okay. What
Like
about our
wouldn't be here.
Elliot looked like he's from there. Is Elliot not? Elliot just from Memphis? He not originally from
Africa.
What you got to say? What you got to say, Tardy? We don't even call you a sign no more. The TTT stand for Tardy, Tardy, Tardy.
Is he muted?
You got to unmute, brother.
Oh, bro.
Hi. Oh, I don't know how I broke you guys up there, but the motherland is not the Holy Land. The motherland is actually Africa, but the motherland is actually America. Yeah, the Holy Land is actually America.
I mean,
did you guys know that the Holy Land is actually America?
You know, for me, this is the Holy Land. I don't know. Fuck you, talking
America.
about. Like this, this right here. This is the Holy Land, my nigga. I mean,
the Americas.
I got my own ideas about holy and land and where I live at. Like I live right here. I don't, you know, you can do, and I own this land. Well, you know,
Dom, man, will you stop talking about your body? But the motherland is actually the Americas. The Americas is actually older than Africa.
Kenny, how do you feel about a place called Israel making it illegal to have a DNA test? Isn't that hugely ironic for folk that want to claim that they're indigenous to us? I mean, the irony, you ain't playing with me, man. It don't matter what you talking about, man. Y'all niggas tried to like make it seem like we were dumb for hundreds of years. You didn't let us read. Well, you can make dumb people if you don't let them read. That's kind of putting your finger on the scale. But we can read now, Elliot. We good looking, we can read, we can run fast, we can think. We drink watermelons in front of good white folk. Kenny, talk me down, bro.
I'm gonna have to talk you down because we moving off into another spot.
All right, but then sovereignty. Talk me down then, damn it.
We
yeah, man.
And in that situation, you had citizens, you had sovereign citizens come in.
Mute Hassan. Hassan, you a jerk, boy. Ooh, we gonna jump.
You got citizens that came in, or you got people that came in and took over other people. So I guess Israel would be the sovereignty.
You, Kenny, you are a scholar. See, that's why I'm
so hold on. And the only reason they could do that is what? Because I'm sure the Palestinians said, hey man, I got this citizenship, I got these rights. You shouldn't do that to me.
A bunch of Elliots rolled into Palestine in 1948. A bunch of Elliot ass
Israelis
rolled into Palestine like, yo, lay down.
And they put their feet up on
half of them laid down and left. And Elliot and his people still chilling
on their couch and said, F your couch.
F your couch. That's Elliot and them. Good looks, man. Elliot is a killer, bro. Don't let the good looks fool you. I'm here to tell you right now. Go ahead, El.
I'm very diplomatic.
No, see, oh, Kenny, didn't that? Ain't it? What's it? The Europeans told the natives. Diplomatic, primo. You know, just let me come through. Sit on your couch. We cool, primo. You know what I'm talking about? Like it's cool. I'm diplomatic.
Now you can't leave.
Now you can't leave. Now, oh, wait a minute. Let me show you this before we move on, Kenny. I know I hear you, Kenny. But before we move on, Elliot, guess what?
What's up?
The state of Israel right now has said in the last 48 hours, well, the areas of Gaza that they've already kind of taken and conquered, they're going to be security over those areas. So we're not leaving. So in other words, they're doing America. Like they're doing the takeover. We're going to be the security now. Well, if you're the security, that means you, Ty Birch, we need a pious man. We talking about people that's supposed to be pious, Ty.
And I think they kind of
Hi Birch.
Then I think they being.
What's up, Ty?
What's up, fellas? Long time no see.
Have you met Elliot, Ty?
Now, what's going on, man?
I have not. How you feel, brother?
Elliot, that's my man Ty. Ty's a huge filmmaker. Elliot's a Machiavellian. hey. Elliot is a track running Machiavel. So I'm just telling you, I'm just setting everybody up. Ty is a pious man. So Ty is gonna come with the spirit, while Elliot will chop your head off. Ty, I know who everybody is real quick. Ty.
Or say again?
Okay. The topic of today, Ty, is sovereign citizenship. Ty, are you a sovereign citizen?
I don't know. I dance to the beat of my own drum.
Well, that literally is, that's what they call sovereign, a supreme ruler. If you beating to your own drum, that means you ain't got nobody else's drum. You doing your own thing, and that means you supreme. No pun intended, Primo.
Got it.
All right, Ty. Listen, let me get back to Elliot. Elliot, what's up with a place called Israel making it illegal to know what your DNA is, and a place where they say you have the right to return because of your DNA?
Sounds like, you don't want the cat out the bag.
Is that what they call the flim flam? Like back in the day, they had something called the flim flam. The okie doke.
The okie doke.
What else, Kenny? What were some other names for the
okie doke?
The okie doke. The 3-card Molly, the sleight of hand, the trickery. Like there's a lot of names for what we talk about. And again, get Hassan. Like if everybody want to counsel somebody, counsel Hassan. Don't the rest of us, we just asking questions. Counsel Hassan. Hassan is late all the time, doing his own thing, eating rinds. Hassan.
Theoretical world.
What'd you say, Kenny?
He lives in a theoretical world.
Hey, look, Hassan. I'm sorry. Are you in conversation, Hassan? I'm sorry. I see you're by the refrigerator.
Because you can have laws and definitions.
Yes, John, I'm here. I'm always available for you guys.
Okay. All right, Elliot. What you saying, Elliot? We come right back, Hassan.
You can have laws, and you can put the terms and conditions on any and everybody, but that doesn't mean you have to adhere to them.
This nigga is the gangster, bro. I'm not mad at you, Elliot. Like I'm just surprised that you so forthright with your gangster, and you put a smile on it. You're like, yeah, motherfucker, I will kill you, take your wife, and raise your kids.
The life, at this stage of our lives, man, we've experienced a lot of things, where we talked about hypocrisy. You see a lot of it. So when it's just blatantly in front of you, you acknowledge it, you pay attention to it. It doesn't matter what the narrative say about what they try to sell you. You have your own senses to where you're like, man, I'm noticing things.
Yeah. I mean, listen, if I am lying, anyone from any community, I will respectfully digress. If I'm lying, just the fact that this information came across my desk within the last 48 hours that it is illegal. Not it's shunned upon or looked down upon. It's illegal for anyone in Jerusalem to get a DNA test unless it's with a court order. This is literally the facts. That's wild. Like you can't play with thinkers like that. That's apartheid wild.
Like they're trying to keep information. See, the information a lot of times is a powerful tool.
Do it, Kenny. Go there. Watch this.
When you have certain information.
Watch this. Go ahead.
When they kept us uneducated.
Come on, Kenny. Now you're ahead of me. Go ahead.
They didn't want us to educate ourselves because information says you information gets into your soul, and then things start to stir. And with that information, now you start to say, hold on. You're not going to treat me like this. You're not, you're not going to, you're going to respect me. You're going to have to do a certain thing because I now have this information that says different from what you've been trying to tell me. So if you're trying to keep people from certain information, is generally a reason for that. Maybe I've been wrong and been telling you lies, and now I don't want you to find that information out on a mass scale, because once that information comes out, now you're faced with I haven't been given the truth all along. So,
but then the conflict comes into play with information. You have to respond, and sometimes you're not prepared to make a response.
Interesting.
Well, but that's the thing. Even when you're not prepared, maybe you're not all the way prepared, but let's put it this way: a forest fire starts with maybe a match. You get that nugget in there.
Metaphor.
And now you have one dissenting person, and then that person maybe gives information to someone else, and now
you know the irony. Not to cut your wisdom, Kenny, but the irony, guys. The irony is that we are in the age of information.
But that's the key. We have all this. We have an abundance of information. We have information on staying away from certain foods, but we still partake. And so we have a lot of information, and this information has been circulating. But the question, what do you do with the information? That's the big key.
Well, again,
with that.
That's when you have the information, but then it does become, I know I'm in the wrong, but I have the force to continue to be where I'm at.
But I think that has a lot to do with how we live our lives. The stats are in. We've had information, a lot of information, and we still are in the conditions that we are in with information.
Well, no, there's definitely fighting. And fighting isn't always physical. Fighting is people going to court, is laws, is people trying to do it that way. But then there is that faction that's saying, give me liberty, give me death. So, or that next step is give me liberty, or maybe I'll take your death.
Hassan.
So,
Hassan, man, let me ask you something, bro.
Yes, sir.
In the name of sovereignty, like,
we're back to that.
This is what we talk about. Listen, Israel. I'm not. Listen, Israel claims himself to be sovereign. Clearly, they claim themselves to have sovereignty, a state to govern itself or another state. They want to kind of govern Palestine, right? But the idea that they stake their sovereignty, gentlemen, on the fact that their DNA is supposedly from that area of the world. See, it's a problem. Again, man, like, it's the type of articulation that only people that have been dead and came back to life dare. I ain't scared. What am I scared of? Somebody that can't stand outside as long as I can? I'm not playing that, bro. I'm not playing that. Like, I'm just not. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing that. Like, you're not going to punk me on a planet that I look like. In the name of aliens. You're not going to punk me on a planet I look like the trees and the ground. And I got broccoli growing out of me. You're not going to have me scared to speak truth to reality.
What are you talking about?
Well, I'm talking about the fact that a place that says that they are from a particular part of the world, it's illegal. They've made it illegal to find out. That's what I'm talking about. And how do you feel about that?
Okay.
How does the Anunnaki feel about that?
But the people that's from that land is not for the original people from that land. The Khazars.
Is that why they don't want to do DNA tests? Is that what you're telling me? Is that why they don't want to do a DNA test? Because it'll be obvious then to everybody?
But DNA does not put you a part of your landmass, though, really.
But why would that be illegal? I mean, that's kind of ironic, don't you think?
Well, okay. I don't know why would it be illegal.
Well, Primo
doesn't make sense though. To
Primo,
me,
do you need an army to hold up your sovereignty? Meaning, can you just go down the street and be like, "I'm sovereign, nigga, fuck out my way," or do you need an army behind you so niggas can really get out your way?
You're gonna need bail money.
You say you're gonna need bail money too, huh?
Good attorneys.
if you make it out alive.
If you make it out alive. But no. But see, look, man, and I think this is because this brother is in shape. He don't give a damn. Elliot is like, man, I will take yours, bro. Survival of the fittest. And again, I'm not tripping on Elliot. I have to respect what he talking about because it's what happens. So it ain't like he lying about something. Like, it's what we've been dealing with. But what we gonna do? What you gonna do? Elliot basically is saying we in a what you gonna do world. What you gonna do? Yeah, you know, we ain't hold up, Kenny. Yeah, you know we ain't from Camac Street, but I'm coming up in Cooter House anyway. What you gonna do? We from 12th Street. You know we ain't from this area. We from Europe. We're from straight Germany or the Caucasus Mountains or what's the other Khazaria. We from a whole bunch of places that ain't Africa, but we here. What you gonna do? And we calling ourselves African.
Well, I'm going to hold up a theoretical piece of paper that makes you abide by my rights and things that you haven't recognized already. So
did you say a piece of paper?
It's definitely going to stop you. It's going to stop you. When I tell you I'm sovereign and I'm a sovereign citizen, you're going to stop in your tracks because
that's mockery. See what you're doing? Hassan don't even know what you're doing. He's doing shadow work right now. He can't even feel it. He had us in the shadow. Are you good, son? You shadow?
But aren't we always encroaching on someone else's territory or land?
Are we?
Always.
I mean, when you say we, again, are you French, Elliot? Like, I haven't.
Are you talking about some juice?
I'm just saying, in throughout history, the history of time it's just that's what creates conflict. You know, when you get too close, you take too much. You're this, you're that.
I'm going to Beverly Hills tonight then, because it's a nice like eight bedroom mansion. I've been riding by for a couple of years now. I'm going to Beverly Hills tonight.
But it's encroachment. You just steadily, just moving on until you're right.
I just creep up on the Beverly Hills crib that I want. Just every night, just creep a little closer to the Beverly Hills crib. I see
Elliot
coming out.
I see
a husband coming out
of encroachment.
Huh?
They have a thing called an easement of encroachment.
Mm-hmm.
As in, I've been doing this so long that
I can be here now.
It just becomes a part, almost legal for me to do.
Yeah.
Like, let's say you have a street that you've been cutting up that's usually a one-way street going down. And you have people that just been coming up that street
eventually,
for so long.
It's be a two-way street. It's known culturally now as a two-way street.
That's called an easement of encroachment.
Oh, this nigga got the terms. You hear, Kenny?
Listen, dog, what I say is real deal. So you have, when you say people throughout the years have been easing in, and now we see it and we just let it happen.
I mean,
I'm talking the world.
Well, the cultural shift that's taking place in the States with the, quote unquote, the migrants. It's going to be an encroachment, and it's going to be some changes. It's going to be some of that. It's the game plan. It's the playbook.
Well, if you look at that, let's say when I say easement of encroachment. So for years, they say they don't want these migrants. We don't want you here. You get out of here. But these migrants been low level, doing the farm work, building houses. So now you fighting against them. Now you then stopped enough of them, and now you have farms that ain't being worked. You have houses that ain't being built. I seen an article about houses in Florida that was half built that are now rotten.
Yeah,
because they wasn't finished because they don't have the workers for it.
Yeah. Well, they put the workers out,
so you had that easement of encroachment. A lot of the people that was yelling, "We don't want these foreigners here," were the ones who were getting their kids babysat and
we're
raised,
getting their lawns cut and manicured,
and their lawns cut and manicured. So now you saying I don't want them here, but you don't have the people that's here ain't jumping up to do the work that you've been crying about need to be done.
Cut your own
there's that
lawn.
Right.
There's that easement.
Right. You don't have the workforce.
So Elliot, let me ask you this. Can you become sovereign after invading or stealing someone else's land? So meaning, we know the story of the Americas. Motherfuckers came over here, stole some shit and was like, we making laws now. How the fuck do you steal my house and then make laws? Like, it's wild. But it really is what Elliot be talking about. Elliot, like, I'll bonk you in the head, take your shit, and then it's my shit, and I'll make laws. And that's what's happened. How is that, Elliot? So Elliot, so in other words, the difference between them and me is I ain't got the army, is what you're saying. I ain't got the might.
Need an ink pen and a piece of paper and force behind that.
Oh, I mean, you got the force. I don't even know if you fucking need an ink pen and a paper. Like, fuck a piece of paper if you got the force.
But you get the masses to comply, and you do what you want to do.
That's after the destruction. That's after the force. The masses will comply after they see the lay down. Everybody laid down. Hey, Hassan, tardy. Watermelon man. Unmute.
Yes,
please.
sir, Dom. I gotta help
Hassan. Okay, first of all, no, that's not gonna work. You need to go to another part of the room. You're not only tardy, but bruh, no, we can't hear you. Like you're breaking up. Like, yeah, thank you. Listen, man, you are a sovereign expert today.
Okay.
Can you become sovereign after invading someone else's land? Like, can you become sovereign after you took somebody else's shit?
Well, unfortunately, the lease contract of Israel's up this year. If you guys didn't know.
Elliot talking about the pen and the pan. No, it's supposed to be up like October 30th or something like that. November 30th.
Yes, their lease is up this year. So
but
that's why.
That's ironic. Hold on. I gotta put the elephant in the room. It's also ironic that the war is started right when the lease is up. Kenny, what are we doing, Kenny? Must we play stupid? Must we play dumb monkey like what's behind Elliot? Must we play that? Actually, that monkey's probably very intelligent. That monkey's probably very intelligent. Let me not disrespect that monkey. That monkey might be more intelligent than you mans. Kenny, talk me down, Kenny. Like, get them off of me, Kenny. Well, say something to get the people off of me.
Let's put it this way. Their lease is up, but who's going to push them out of there? See, that's the thing. You know, you have rights, but then you have, who's going to enforce these rights? You have to be willing to. So, yeah, their lease is up, but I'm almost certain that they'll still be there.
Primo, I need to make a disclaimer. I wanted to make this a little early, but
you guys don't know there's a war going on.
Hold on, Hassan. Let me make this disclaimer real quick.
I don't know why Hassan keep thinking everybody.
Y'all, please let me make this disclaimer real quick. I'm sorry, I should have said it earlier. I am a Semite. Full stop. Keep going.
Okay. There's a war going on. America is fighting Iran right now. I know you guys don't know that.
The fact,
but this is going on right now, and so Kenny,
proxy war.
China wants to fight America too. Okay, and then you got Russia want to fight America. You know, that's right. Another with that too. You know, so you say Israel is the only people that can. Israel don't have enough superpower to fight off Iran. Israel runs Iran. Israel wants Iran. Only thing that's protecting them is America, and America is about to get swamped with all these other things. So you talking about how they're gonna get nobody gonna kick them out? That's why the war is starting right now.
Go ahead, Kenny.
I don't know what Hassan be talking about.
Oh,
I don't. You know, he the only one got a TV
complete dismissal.
that know everything.
Primo, don't laugh. Don't put the battery in Kenny. Don't put the battery in Kenny. Primo, a complete dismissal of
I don't know if y'all know this.
dissertation.
You know, a lot of them
Probably
networks.
broke down in a minute. He was like, I don't know what I was.
That's wild. Kenny didn't even put like an intellectual thing on it. He just got real, just like gutter. I don't know what you talking about.
I don't know
Oh,
what
that's Kenny.
Dog.
And,
Proxy wars
and
go
he's
on
still
all the
eating
time.
watermelon. He's just totally disrespected.
Proxy wars go on all
good. I ain't gonna hold you up there, homie.
Well, he got to hydrate until he tells us our next thing that we don't know.
Wow. Wow. Shadow work, hydration.
You need hydration when you shadow working.
Hey man, it's really wild that you just sitting up here eating watermelon. What's funny is I wish I had some, but it's still like kid just a little like, damn, are white people looking? Is it okay, Primo, for him to? And he got like the dreads too, so it's like this is a real nigger. This is a real nigger. This nigger is authentic. He's eating
the
and
I'm from the Nagas, the Naga.
Nagas. Oh, well, we know. Listen, we know around these parts, nigger is supreme. That's what's funny about the world. The world thinks that nigger is a bad word. Please call me nigger. Please. You're called whether you know it or not.
World, I'm gonna tell you right now, the world does not know that because most of the world uses it.
I know.
And they use it to talk to their friends.
And it's so
honest
for us. It's so listen, Elliot has become my nigger. And we know that means nothing but the best. We know that. We know that culturally. We know I ain't saying nothing negative about Elliot. We know that. And you know why that feels so comfortable for me? Because it's older than most of the words on the planet. Am I wrong, Hassan?
You're right, homie.
I know. Nga, 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 Negus. It means God, King, Emperor. But what's funny, everything is 180. The Europeans are at the top of Africa, and nigger to them means ignorant. This is wild. It's wild. You know different. It's wild. It's wild. And then they know you know. Once they know you know, oh, we gotta get him out of here. They admit it now. In the name of Martin and Malcolm and Medgar. But I've been dead already. So the man ain't even scared, y'all. He's been dead. He's been resurrected, Kenny. Y'all love a resurrection story. Supreme is the resurrect, and so is Mr. Superstar. Yeah, y'all ain't hearing me, but I've been dead and came back, and I ain't scared.
Okay. And just got this in. It said the United States military has just carried out multiple airstrikes in eastern Syria, with widespread and heavy explosions being reported.
On that note, right there, don't nobody say nothing. On that note, I want everybody.
Didn't I just say that?
No one say nothing. You damn.
Didn't I just say that?
Son, shut the hell up. Like, you know, I can do better. I can do better. I'm sick of this. I can, I've never done this before. I've never done this before. We're gonna do this tonight. Sick of you. On that note, Elliot, I want everybody to look up a document created by the Cato Institute, a think tank in the year 2000, called A Project for a New American Century. Somebody know what I'm talking about. Oh, somebody know what I'm talking about. A document which said that absent a new Pearl Harbor, this is a year before 9/11, Elliot, absent a new Pearl Harbor, it would be hard for us to achieve our goals. What are their goals? They wanted to do something to Syria, Iraq, Iran, Afghanistan. There was like 9 or 10 or 11 countries that they wanted to summarily deal with. And in the last 20 years, that's what's happened. I'm not making shit up. Am I making shit up? Everything I say, you can look up. You can look up everything I'm saying. I'm not a genius in that way. I'm just a researcher. Elliot, man, look, we about to bounce because I'm in trouble. But I said, get Hassan. If everybody got any problems, get Hassan. He told us to do the show. Actually, no, this is Kenny's problem. Kenny told us to do a sovereignty show. If you want to cancel anybody, Europeans, cancel Kenny. Kenny still gives a fuck. He cares about if watermelon is eaten in front of y'all and stuff like that. He cares. Cancel him. Elliot.
I care about it because I ain't got any right now.
Right. We low-key jealous of you on that, Hassan. Next time, Hassan, don't eat the watermelon. You're not bringing something for everybody. You know? That's like when you used to come to class and you only had cookies. You got something for everybody? Yo, Elliot, man, come on, man, help us round it out. Can you become sovereign after invading? Well, I mean, I kind of know your answer, but can you become like, I'm sovereign now, even though I stole your shit?
It doesn't sound like you should be able to.
But we know the world is gangster, right?
Absolutely.
And that happened. So we're really talking about civilization versus the jungle. And the irony, Elliot, I'm sorry, is that they used to say that the melanated man was of the jungle. You see, I'm not going to play with it. They tried to mock us as if we were monkeys and apes. Meanwhile, this faction is the most animalistic, devastating, and violent faction of the past 500 years. Anybody can tell me when I'm lying about it. We can be scared, but don't tell me I'm lying. It's one thing to be scared to speak the truth because there may be consequences, but tell me if I'm lying about the truth. It's crickets. Okay, cool. Kenny, give us some rounding thoughts. I'm going to come back to Elliot for the last one, but give us some rounding thoughts, man, as we get out of here on sovereignty. Are you, Kenny, it sounds like you're sovereign, homie.
I'm not because I don't claim to be able to be supreme to someone and govern them. What you really want to know is, can you be civil if you come in and gangster somebody's land? Can you be civil now?
Has Israel been civil? I mean, is that a bad question to ask?
I don't think there's no civility until you make that person whole. Until you.
Has America been civil to the melanated man, Kenny?
They have not. They have not.
Same faction. Sorry to hurt your feelings. Sorry, not sorry.
Bloodshed has happened in order for us to get any level of civility. It hasn't come without a price. I'm not gonna say that they haven't at all, but it came with a price. Everything came with a price. So you have to be willing to pay that price, and sometimes it's that ultimate price to make your point known.
That's solid. That's a solid retort, Primo. Primo, you know, is it sanguine? Is it kosher to steal someone else's home and then create laws after you done stole their home? How long after you steal somebody else's crib can you create laws?
They probably already had them already set up, but they just did on either way.
Oh wow.
Probably got a suitcase full of laws that they're gonna apply once they get. Once we get in the house, these are what we're gonna tell them they can do and can't do.
Yeah. All right. Hassan. Wow. Please unmute. Or I don't know, is the juice smacking around your mouth too loud for us? Can you unmute for a second?
Yes, sir.
Dude, this good white folk looking at this program, man. Stop it.
They need to know that H3O2 is what hydrates you, not water. So fruit, watermelon is that water.
Is it okay for white folk to eat watermelon? Is it okay for white folk to eat? Oh, okay, everybody can eat it. Okay, cool.
Yeah, they need it. But the melanated people, it makes them, it's like gold going through your body.
Oh.
Real talk.
Watermelon juice is good. I ain't gonna hold you.
Gold, it's like gold. And gold is like the most thing you put on your skin. It's like gold. Don't say nothing. Remember, you got that glow. Like the last dragon. Got that glow.
Yeah,
that golden glow.
That's would you say
the little white dude that was singing that? It's on IG. It's a white dude that sung that song.
Stop it. Soul Glow?
Yeah, I gotta find it. I'll send it to you.
Right. Please. Wow. Yo, Elliot, man. Come on, round us out, El, man. You know, again, El, I can't even front on your train of thought because you only articulating the laws of nature. How can I even front on that? The only reason I could be mad about it is that right now I'm on the other end. Or not even. I mean, I can't say I'm on the other end, but my people, deal with the other end for the most part. Right now, I'm not immune to nothing. I'm not trying to say that. It's just that some of us, But Elliot, give us a dissertation on the end of this, man. Sovereign or no sovereign? What's the deal? And how many years do you take my crib before you can start making laws in my crib?
Based on the conversation, it's just getting versed, doing the research, getting the knowledge, learning, expanding your thought processes. Because a lot of this information, you go back to, Outcasts from back then, they were speaking on, things along these lines.
But me and you.
Yeah, you fast forward to now.
That's Goody Mob.
Yeah, Goody Mob, the whole camp. But they were speaking on it. But
yeah, they were.
What has happened since that information was first pushed out? From then to now, that's the big question. It ain't like
wait a minute. Kind of like, wait a minute, Elliot. Kenny, Supreme, you kind of talking about how like an R&B soul singer, female, could have a song called Watching Me in the year 2000 where she's very aware and quote unquote woke about the things going on in society. And then cut to 20 years later, she's singing Nationwide is on your side. That's kind of like that. Or is that over everybody's head? I'm sorry. That's too personal. My bad. That might be personal. Okay. Listen. What a world. What a time to be alive. What's up, Kenny?
No, I'm listening to you.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah. That person is from Philadelphia. I think you kind of got it. Yeah, you got what I was putting down. Yeah. It's a funny thing. It's a funny thing to go from Watching Me, very aware, hip neo soul, to Nationwide is on your side.
Watching me.
Wait a minute. The same nation that was watching you is now on your side, my nigga.
Watching me. Watching me.
Kenny, maybe that's why I didn't succeed, bro. Maybe that's why I didn't get to the highest levels of the game, right, Kenny? Well, I actually did. They just didn't put the product out.
Oh, let me say this real quick.
Uh-oh.
Hassan has been exercising his sovereign citizenship this whole show.
The whole show, my nigga.
He ain't abiding by none of your laws.
Came in late. You understand me? Eating watermelon.
Why?
Go.
What? This boy been on his sovereign game all show.
You said it, Kenny. He's been exercising his sovereignty.
Talking about I'm part of the
and show. Then he got a nerve to go back to the same spot in his house where we know we can't hear him. He's an atheist. He's an anarchist.
He's been exercising his sovereign citizenship. He said, I'm not going to tell you, I'm going to show you.
Yeah, this is how it is. This is what it is right here. Listen, on that note, Kenny,
you guys were talking about Watching Me, and I was singing a song. I like that song.
On that note, listen, these are our opinions. Please do not hold Elliot responsible for Primo's opinion. Please do not hold Kenny responsible for my opinion. As far as Hassan's opinion is concerned, bro, do whatever you feel like with Hassan's opinion. But until next week, we hope the world is still here. We hope you stay safe. And we hope you keep a lubricated thinking cap. Yeah? No pun intended.
Yes.
Yes.
Damn.
Yes. All right. So
use that coconut oil.
The whole crew, Elliot Young, Kendall Mickens, Supreme the Resurrect, my man Ty Birch, the pious one, and the Anunnaki himself, Hassan McCullough. I'm Dominique Superstar, and we shall see y'all next time.